Hello, I'm Paula Bautista, Scientific Affairs Specialist at DIA, and today I'm honored to welcome John Linnell here at the DIA Global Annual Meeting 2023 in Boston.
Thank you, Paula. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here with you.
It's really wonderful to have you here, John. You're an experienced patient advocate, and also he's a member of the Patient Partner Programs 2023 at DIA. So thank you and welcome, John. Would you please, first of all, would you please share with us a little bit about what organization do you represent and what work the organization does?
Well, I work a lot with the COPD Foundation. I'm a state advocacy captain with them, and I'm also on the board for their patient-powered research network, which is a registry where we get patients registered to engage in clinical trials. I'm also on the board for a nonprofit called Right to Breathe, which is designed to, we're trying to find people to get earlier diagnoses for COPD. There are over 14 million people in the United States that have COPD that are not yet diagnosed. So we're trying to find the missing millions, and it's a critical thing that needs to be done.
And how long have you been, in this organization?
I've been on the board with Right to Breathe for about 3 years, but I've known of them for about 5. I've been working with the COPD Foundation in advocacy for probably since I think 2008, so about 15 years.
That's great. And do you mind sharing with us one or two success stories from the work that you do in your advocacy role?
Well, one thing I did is I helped start with a pharma organization, a patient advisory council. I was at a meeting and I spoke my mind, and I said some things that I told them what they should be doing that they weren't doing. And after the meeting I was approached and they said, what you said made sense, and I think we need to hear more and from other patients. So they began a patient advisory council for the respiratory space, which they previously had not done. And I was very proud that I was the impetus, shall we say, to start that. I guess another success, it's not really a success. I just like helping people. And I'm involved in research, and I've been an actual co-investigator on some clinical studies. And I think it's important that the patients involved not only as participants in a trial, but to help design the protocol for the trial. Something that's not being done that should be is getting the patient involved in designing the informed consent. Because I know that dropout in pharma trials is very costly for the sponsor. If the patient truly understands what they're getting involved in, they're more apt to stay in the trial. I'm just adamant about involving the patient throughout the trial, not just as subjects.
What are some of your upcoming goals in your role as patient advocate, and how will contributing to the DI 2023 will help you meet them?
Well, I think, being here and going to some sessions that I felt would be beneficial to me, that helps me learn and helps me grow. And I think because I spoke up, I'm presenting twice at this meeting, and in other meetings, I've not been afraid to step to the microphone and ask questions. Sometimes people ask me, what do you hope to get out of this meeting? What do you want to take away from this meeting? And I say it's not so much what I want to take away. I want everyone here that works in industry, pharma, and their partners to learn from me and from the other patients that are here. It's what can I have them leave with that they've learned from the patient voice. It's not so much what I will learn.
Following that question, would you recommend other patients advocates to participate, attend a coming DIA Global Annual Meeting?
Oh, absolutely. I think DIA and even other conferences, patients need to be involved. If it's without us, it's not about us, and we need to be in the forefront. And I think conferences like this need to involve the patient more as far as speaking roles. So industry and pharma and CROs can hear the patient journey, the patient stories, so they really understand more as to why they're doing what they do. Well, we met earlier today with Marwan, the new CEO, and I told him in no uncertain terms, if you want to put the patient first, the first thing you're going to do at your next DIA is the plenary session. Put a couple patients on stage at the plenary. That's putting the patient first. And start with the patient and end with the patient, because it's all about the patient.
That's wonderful, John. I really appreciate it. And these are all the questions for today. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. It was my honor. I'm glad to be here, and it's good to see you again here at my second annual Global DIA conference, and I certainly hope to attend more of them.
Yeah, and we are so honored to have you here, John, and look forward to speaking to you later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.